So today I wanted to talk about a topic that is quite close to my heart. My opinion is that a lot of people tend to stigmatize the things that they don't understand. A misunderstanding causes ignorance, in my opinion, and ignorance causes misunderstandings. But if you don't understand a topic, a lot of people tend to shy away from it. In my opinion, that is the wrong way to go about things. If you don't understand something and yet it is prevalent in the world or in your life, you need to grasp an understanding of it. You need to research it. You need to look things up. You need to ask people about it. If you don't ask questions, you don't get answers. Because that is how we learn. And even as adults, we all know we need to learn. I think the older we get, the more we realise we don't know. Depression is something that I don't think is fully understood. It is one of those things that you cannot physically see. And basic human instinct, maybe, is if you don't see it, you don't understand it. I think those who suffer from chronic illnesses and people that suffer behind closed doors suffer mostly at the hands of ignorance because people don't understand. I'm not tackling people that don't understand. I'm not going to bash people that don't understand because basically if you don't have an illness, you won't fully understand it. Even those that do go through it don't understand other people's struggles always. I just wanted to put a little bit of awareness out because I think depression is something that so many people suffer from. There are hundreds of different types of depression. There are various levels of it. There are various stages of it. It's one of the most complex things in the history of man, I think, because very few people escape it. This is why I thought it was something that needs to be talked about, because to be honest, it's not understood. And I think there's such a stigma attached to depression that people aren't willing to accept that they have it. People aren't willing to accept that their family members have it. People aren't willing to accept that it is an issue and it is something that cannot just be ignored. You are never too young or too old to suffer from depression. I know cases of people who have suffered from it between the ages of 11 and 13, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were kids younger than that suffering from it. There are teens suffering from it. There are people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 80s, 100s suffering from it. You can't put an age on depression. I think because it's so complicated and so complex, people that don't suffer from it, people that want to help someone who has depression, don't know how to go about it. And I'm not here to tell you how to go about it, because everyone is different. One thing I will say is if you know someone who is suffering from depression, just be there. And I don't mean be in that person's pocket, because that can sometimes be the worst thing. That is the last thing that some people want. But just be aware of it. Make sure the person is aware that you are there whenever they need them. I think what I'm trying to say is, if you know anyone or you are yourself a sufferer of depression, reach out. Reach out is what I'm trying to say, because the worst thing you can do is suffer in silence. I know that's easier said than done. I know we don't all have someone, but it is so important not to go through that journey alone, because that is dangerous. And I understand sometimes you need to be alone. Sometimes you're peopled out. Sometimes you just cannot handle being around another human being. That's fine, because that is a huge symptom. If you have the tiniest ounce of strength to be able to just send someone a text or call someone, to reach out to someone who you can trust and talk to, do it. This is something that is on the increase hugely and rapidly, and it cannot and should not be ignored. If you have it, seek help. If you think you have it, seek help. Don't go through things alone.